Welcome to Your Path to Real Wealth, where we explore how to cultivate real wealth, which is so much more than money. It's the sum quality of our values, relationships, health, sense of purpose, time, charitable giving, legacy, and more. Your path to real wealth begins now.
At Blue Barn Wealth, you are important, and you are encouraged to make full use of the services they offer. To help you understand what is available, your hosts Jeff Brimhall, Benjamin Cummings, and Hyrum Smith are here to talk about their key offerings and expertise. But first, Jeff, tell me about the core elements of what you do for clients.
Well, we're going to talk a lot today about specific services and other things that we provide for clients. But at the core of what we're trying to accomplish is we want to help our clients to live a more simple, intentional, and meaningful life. And we're going to talk a little bit about what that means to us, but that's ultimately what we're trying to accomplish for our clients.
Well, those are pretty basic words. They carry a lot of emotion in them. And where did you come up with them? How did you come up with them?
Yeah, good question. When I left the prior firm where I was working and started my own, I wanted to, again, think of a different way to provide services and what would truly change people's lives or inspire them to live differently. And so as I thought about that and thought, what could we offer that would do that for clients? And what are those inspiring words that are, regular words that people know and aren't contrived in any way, but have a lot of emotion and impact behind them. And these are the three words that I came up with that I felt like if we could do that for clients and help them truly accomplish these three things, that they would live a better life and be more content with their outcome at the end of the day. And so in putting all three of them together, I think it creates this message, which is a powerful message. I want to live more simply. I want to be more intentional about the way that I choose to live. And at the end of the day, I want both of those things to result in me doing things that create more meaning for my life.
Benjamin, what do those words say to you?
I really like that it resonates with what we're trying to accomplish for ourselves as well. And so as we serve our clients and as we reflect on our own lives, it helps us focus on, hey, what can we do individually as well to live a more simple, intentional, and meaningful life? What areas might be out of balance for us as well? And so I think it really creates a genuine experience where we are trying to do the same thing for ourselves as we're working to help our clients do for themselves.
Hyrum, your turn now. What do they mean to you?
Yeah, no, I love it. At the end of the day, we believe that we're happy, not just when we have more money, but when there's more purpose tied to that money or resources or time and so forth. And so we acknowledge that finances are not simple. I mean, they're complicated. And so that's where we hope individuals will feel like they can trust us in reaching out, so we can take that complexity, simplify it, so that they can have more time and availability to be more intentional with their resources and then find more meaning. And really at the end of the day, I mean, that's what we're trying to accomplish, is help free people up, empower individuals to feel like they're accomplishing what's most important to them, whether that's related to friends, family, or maybe there's a cause or charitable institution or something that they want to be involved in more. And we want to help them find that. We believe that there's been research done that charitable giving, whether it's time or money or resources, can actually bring a lot of fulfillment and satisfaction. So, or whatever it is, and that's the awesome thing about being doing what we do. I love is everyone is so unique and different, and what's meaningful to one person could be completely different than somebody else. And it's exciting for us to work with individuals hand in hand and help them on that journey to helping them accomplish those things that are most meaningful.
I really like these words. One that resonates with me is this idea of simplicity. I think life where we are now is just really complex. It's very busy. I think often about the idea that time is really our scarcest resource. And because of the efficiencies and the modern conveniences and the technology that we have, we're able to be much, much more efficient with our time than generations past. But as a result, we're trying to fit more and more in. And so we lose sight, or we can lose sight of the idea of keeping life fairly simple and focused on what it is that we really want, what it is that's most important to us. I really like this quote from Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr., who said, "I would not give a fig for the simplicity this side of complexity, but I would give my life for the simplicity on the other side of complexity." And the term that we use for that comes from others as well, is this idea of elegant simplicity, or elegantly simple. And so that's really what we're trying to do with our clients, is that we recognize that life isn't simple, that life is very complex. But what we're trying to do is get them from this side of simplicity through the complexity and the chaos of their financial life onto what becomes elegantly simple.
Wow, that's pretty heavy. What about intentional?
Yeah, intentional. It all may feel heavy, but it's meant to be inspiring and fun. Intentional. The idea behind that is that we don't want to live our whole life and look back and be like, "Whoa, how did I get here?" Like I'm 60 years old. I'm getting ready to retire, and I didn't accomplish what I wanted to in my career. My relationships aren't where I want them to be with my spouse or with my kids or with whomever. My health isn't where I want it to be. And, I just kind of took one day at a time and ended up here. We don't want our clients to do that. We want them to have a goal in mind, to know where they want to ultimately, what they want to ultimately achieve, and the destination where they want to arrive, and to put a plan in place and follow a path to get them there. And so that when they are 60 and they're getting ready to retire, it's what they envisioned and how they want it to be. And so the idea of being intentional is to make the decisions, share the vision for our clients to share the vision with us of what they want to accomplish and where they want to ultimately get to. And then for us to help them craft a way to get there, and, small steps along the way to get to the big picture at the end, so that when they do get to these key milestones in their life, that it's either what they envisioned or even better than they envisioned, because of the carefulness with which they've approached each day, and the intentionality. And, we talked about this in a prior episode, but the whole idea of Blue Barn Wealth and the connection to farming and the land and the law of the harvest and all that is that that was a simpler time when you had to live off of the land, and you had to be very intentional about when you planted the crops and when they grew and when you harvested. And it wasn't something that you could just do by chance or wake up one day and hope that the crops were going to be ready in the fall. You had to take lots of steps along the way to get you there. And so that whole imagery we like to use with our clients to think about planting the seeds, being intentional along the way, so they can one day harvest and reap the reward of those decisions and that effort.
So it's beginning to sound like a math question. Simple plus intentional equals meaningful.
Yep, we like math.
Hyrum, did you want to elaborate on meaningful at all?
Yeah, being really, it's important to us in this journey as people are being more intentional and we're trying to simplify things. There's a purpose to all of this. And the purpose is to find meaning in it. And that meaning is defined by the client and whatever is most important to them. And, life has purpose. And we believe that every individual has been given certain gifts, talents, abilities. They've been raised differently, different backgrounds, and the things that they value and that are meaningful to them may be different than somebody else. And so we're here really, and that's where I find my greatest satisfaction in what I do, is helping people accomplish what's most meaningful to them. And that could be through charitable giving. And there's strategies that we can employ to help from a technical perspective, financial planning perspective, but really it's helping them use those resources for things that are most meaningful. Perhaps that's gifting to children or grandchildren or nieces or nephews, or to being involved in charitable causes. But we're involved, and we're very capable of helping, whether it's setting up the appropriate estate plan or foundation or 529 education plan, whatever it is, to help facilitate what's most meaningful and important to the client, make sure that happens, so that, just going along with Jeff's analogy on a farm. And once that harvest is there and the field is ready to, and you're ready to gather everything in, you can sit back and appreciate and enjoy what you're accomplishing.
As a new client, do you talk to me about this? What should I expect from you guys?
Yeah, our goal is to help simplify things. So immediately we're going to start gathering information so that we can try and open up accounts, simplify things. We're going to have a series of meetings where we're going to try and understand who you are, gather quite a bit of information. Finances can be complicated. And so we do need to gather some of that information to make that elegantly simple plan, which we design, and really to develop our long-term goal is this long-term financial plan to help you accomplish those things that are most meaningful.
And how do you go about this?
Yeah, we've got generally a series of different meetings an onboarding process that we'll go through with clients where initial potential meeting where we'll gather information, sit down, make sure we understand their situation, their assets, their resources, and everything that they have available. Then we'll sit down and ask them a series of pretty in-depth questions, of discovery questions, of trying to really get at the heart of what is most meaningful to them, because that's really important to us. We want to understand so we can craft everything that we do, the investment plan, whatever, is all targeted towards focusing on accomplishing what's most meaningful. But, investments can be difficult to understand at times, and so we also have an investment education meeting where we'll sit down, we'll talk about risk and how our clients feel about risk. We have a risk questionnaire that they can complete that gives us an idea of how they feel about risk, and to help us customize a portfolio that's unique and important to them. And with technology, we have a series of technologies that we use, and so we want to make sure our clients understand that. So we'll typically have a follow-up meeting to help them understand that, and then kind of the accumulation of process at the end of that onboarding process is a final plan presentation where we sit down and explain that long-term financial plan. And that's always fun and exciting because generally as that final meeting is accomplished, the individuals walk out a lot more confident, a lot more excited about their future.
All right. What are some of the key services that you offer?
Well, we have a whole list of them, and they're on our website under the services section. You can go to overview and read all the services. We have 12 key services. I'm going to talk about a few, and Benjamin and Hyrum will talk about some of the others, but it's meant to be a full service wealth management offering to where we become your financial partner. And when you have questions, our clients are able to reach out to us about anything, whether that's refinancing their home, whether that's their tax planning situation, whether that's the gifting that Hyrum talked about, and so forth. So we truly want to become a financial partner to our clients. And so these 12 key services are meant to do that, and they're all included with our wealth management services. And one of them is the discovery experience that Hyrum talked about. And we have different levels of this discovery experience, but ultimately the goal there is to understand what's important to our clients, understand their long-term goals, and to help them understand each other. It's super interesting to talk to a couple where we ask them questions and they learn from each other in that meeting. They may have been married for 20 years and we ask them, how much do you want to pay for, how much of your kids' college education do you want to pay for? And they've never talked about it, and they each have a different opinion. And so not only are we learning about them through this process, but they're learning about each other, and we're helping them get on the same page, and then helping us understand what they both want to accomplish now, and maybe make some concessions with each other. And put a plan in place to do that. So the discovery experience is critical to what we do. And this can be anywhere from, a meeting like Hyrum talked about where we're asking questions, to a retreat that we may send our clients on to spend a couple of days away thinking about some of these key things, what they want to accomplish in the rest of their life. We also have are implementing a real wealth score where, as we've said, for us, wealth is about more than money. And so we want our clients to be able to evaluate themselves on what their progress is towards accomplishing real wealth, which for us means that you have the time, the quality of relationships, the sense of purpose in your, and the health that you want. And so you're going to be evaluating yourself in all these different areas to see, where am I weak? I may have a strong bank account. I may have more than enough money, but I may not have very good relationships, or I may be in poor health. And then I can know, well, that's where I need to focus on to improve my overall real wealth. And so we can help clients know, the areas that need attention through this real wealth score. And then financial planning kind of encompasses everything we do, but specifically we want to come up with a comprehensive financial plan for our clients that takes them from today, all of the assets they currently have, all of the goals they currently have, projects out how long we think they're going to live, and puts a plan in place to get them from here to there in accomplishing everything that they want to do. And that's really what brings it all together for our clients, is putting that plan. And then another key service is investment management. So we'll have a whole separate podcast about how we invest and our investment philosophy. But at a high level, we become discretionary advisors to our clients, where we manage the investments for them. We open their accounts, the money gets put into the account, and we choose the investments on their behalf. And our goal is to pick those investments which are going to help them accomplish their long-term goals, and we manage them accordingly in the most tax efficient way possible for our clients. So those are 4 of the key services. I think Hyrum's going to talk about some others.
Yeah, another key one is tax planning. Tax planning with some effort and foresight, a lot of individuals can save taxes they don't realize. Now, we're not a firm that prepares tax returns at the moment, but we do get our clients' tax returns, and we do specific tax projections to help them proactively think about, how can I save taxes in the future? Or am I withholding enough? Sometimes filing your tax return at the end of the year, it's like, okay, it's this black box. Do I get a refund or do I not? We can help provide some clarity to that and so forth. And that's all part of our services. And a key part, of course, and why a lot of individuals will initially come to us, is for help on retirement planning, making sure that they're confident and prepared to adequately have the resources to retire and enjoy the things that they like to enjoy. And with a retirement plan, there's different strategies and so forth that we employ, whether it's doing a partial Roth IRA conversion, helping manage the taxation of Social Security, a lot of technical specific things we do. But again, these are things we do so the client doesn't have to do, so that their life can be simple and they can be more intentional. And a lot of people around that age of 65, what kind of Medicare plan, what kind of, when should I file for Social Security? These are things that we help with. And we're not a licensed insurance agent. So we, as fiduciaries, we always have the client's interest at heart. And we work with professionals. We have individuals. We don't get paid referral fees or anything. We have individuals that we vetted that we can recommend to help and facilitate and implement a lot of those decisions, including estate attorneys. A key part, a lot of individuals, the majority of individuals don't have a will, don't have a trust, don't have the adequate power of attorneys. And so we'll work with and coordinate almost like a quarterback with the client and the estate attorney to make sure that they get the estate documents they need prepared, and that they coincide and align well with the long-term financial plan. And a part of that estate plan is can involve charitable giving, which Benjamin was going to talk about.
Yeah, thank you. I really like the idea that we help our clients give effectively. For those that are charitably inclined, there's more meaning in wealth when we give generously with our time or our money to others. And so we want to help our clients give intentionally and with purpose. We find it very satisfying to be able to help clients determine meaningful for them, what causes they want to support, and then helping them give most effectively. So some of the research that I do as an academic is about donor advised funds and how people use them and how you can use them effectively and the different ways in which you can use donor advised funds. So, we won't get into too much about what those are today, but that's one of the tools that we use. If a donor advised fund is appropriately, then we'll help clients set that up and understand how to maximize its use. We help clients with qualified charitable distributions from retirement accounts, if that makes sense, or donating appreciated assets. Whatever may be the best for our clients, we're going to help them give most efficiently so that they get the best use out of their donated dollar. Another of our services is we help with risk and insurance. We don't sell insurance, but we want to make sure that we're aware of the insurance products that our clients have. We want to make sure that they're adequate, that they're properly insured for the risks that they may face. And so we want to be a partner in helping evaluate and analyzing their coverage and just being aware of what it is that they have and what they may need. And so we work with, as Hyrum said, we work with other professionals and partners as needed to be able to connect them with coverage that they may need. So the nice thing is that we just make recommendations, but that we don't sell those products, and so that they don't have to worry about getting biased advice from us. We really want to do what's best for our clients and help them in that way. One of our other services is we help them with education planning. So we want to help, whether they're helping save for college on the front end for the future education of themselves or their children, whether they're trying to maximize tax benefits while in college, or they're trying to build a strategy to repay student loan debt. we want to be a partner in that education planning, whatever that may be on the savings or the repaying end of things. We're approved advisors with My 529, which is a top 529 plan in the US. And so we work a lot with My 529. If that makes the right sense for the clients, we'll help with that. But we really want to be involved in that education planning. Lastly, we also help with cash flow and debt management. We want to help our clients make the best decisions that they can about how they use their money. And managing cash flow, managing debt as effectively as possible is really an important way to live a more simple, intentional, and meaningful life. We want to make sure that the rubber hits the road in how we actually use our money, and understanding the long-term effects of how we use our money on a daily basis. So kind of as a way to illustrate what that looks like on a cash flow basis is that we want to help clients simplify at least at the level of budgeting that they want. And so we can go as complex as they'd like or as simple as they'd like, but we really see value in helping clients understand at least how much of your income do you spend in taxes, do you save, do you spend, and do you give? So we'd really try and keep it at least at a simple level. What do we spend? Taxes, save, give, and spend, so that we can understand that for our clients. Now, if they want to go more granular, go more detailed, we can certainly provide that too. But at least on a high level, we want to help simplify things and have a good picture of where their finances are on their cash flow and their debt.
Jeff, how are your services structured?
Thanks, Patrice. We've intentionally set up our services so that we can help different people at different stages of their lives. And we're not just looking to help people once they've retired and they've already accomplished everything and they have all their wealth accumulated, but we want to help people at various levels. And so today we're talking about wealth management services, but we also provide retirement planning services. We provide 401ks for businesses and so forth, but we're focusing on the service we provide to individuals. And on that side of our business, we have set up 3 different service levels: an essential service offering, full service, and premium level of service. And the way we differentiate between those is the level of assets that a client has for us to manage. And so essential starts out at $5,000 and up, full service is $300,000 and up, and premium is $10 million and up. And for our essential clients, we want to make sure they have a working financial plan. They get some of our automated services as far as investments go. They still get to meet with a financial planner on whatever frequency makes sense from our perspective and from theirs. Full service gets comprehensive services, basically everything we have to offer, except for some of those services that they may not need at that level of wealth. And then premium adds some additional things that become necessary once you have that assets in that range, from additional tax planning strategies, different types of investments, and then some additional estate and legacy planning things. So it's set up to where the clients get the services that they need at the level where they currently are. And then as their assets grow, as their needs grow, they can go from one level to the next and continue to get our services and expand those services as they need those additional services. And so we really want to help as many people as we can, as we said in the beginning. And that's why we've set up 3 different service tiers.
Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds like it's a pretty wide-ranging populace that you would service, but maybe I want to work with you, but I come to you and say, look, I really don't have much money to invest. Can you help me?
That's really okay. We really want to meet anyone where they are on their financial journey. We want to, as Jeff said, we want to serve as many people as we possibly can. That we're happy to work with whoever is interested in living a more simple, intentional, meaningful life. So it doesn't really matter. We're ready to help and serve whoever we can.
You really do seem to offer a wide range of services and in-depth services too. But boy, how much would that put me back?
Yeah, we charge a percentage of the assets that we manage. And one thing unique about our firm, and there's some firms that do this, but we believe in being transparent. So you can actually, we would direct you to our website. You go to our website, it's clearly on there, the percentages that we manage for the asset level, for essential, premium, and full service. I will say this, in going through and determining the cost of those services and the percentage that we would charge, we believe that we're a high quality planner at a reasonable price. And a lot of those fees, those percentages are actually, we looked at, or at least or an average or below average, but then the value that you receive from the services that we provide even makes it that much more valuable. So, and I think the key thing to keep in mind with all this is we're a fee only, meaning we don't charge any commissions. fiduciary advisor. So all that we're doing and all our investment recommendations, our financial planning recommendations, everything that we're doing is intended to be in our client's best interest and to help them accomplish that simple, intentional, meaningful life that we were talking about earlier.
How can people reach you?
Always on our website, bluebarnwealth.com. There's a contact us page. Click on there. We'll receive your email, reach out to you. Love to hear from you. And hopefully this message has resonated. We're looking to work with people who believe that wealth is more than money. They want to accomplish more in their life. They have a sense of purpose, and they're looking for a financial partner who can help them do that.
Please follow this podcast to know when a new one is ready for you. Share with others. And we're so glad you were with us. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Your Path to Real Wealth from Blue Barn Wealth. If you like what you heard, please share it with your friends and click the subscribe button to be notified when new episodes become available. The information covered and posted represents the views and opinions of the hosts and any guests and does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of Blue Barn Wealth. The content has been made available for informational and educational purposes only and is not intended to be a substitute for personalized investment advice. Because everyone's situation is unique, always seek the advice of a qualified financial professional with any questions you may have.